Barrel rolls is the reporter thrown into the secretive world of the Forex Super Model, where nothing is as it seems. Beware the techno-monk, and steer clear of Professor Code and his two assistants. Give the senior trader a wide berth, and don't expect any sense from the risk manager.
Good morning, I'm Professor Code and this is the Forex Super Model daily briefing for Wednesday the 17th of the 2nd, 2021. The time is just coming up to 0450 GMT, Asian session coming to a close, European session firing up, and our lunchtime is the North American US session. Right, let's make a start then. So yesterday, the 16th, Tuesday, we had the yen operating as the negative unopposed driver at plus or minus 214, so plus or minus 214, and that was an activity of plus or minus 214. So we've got no backdoor flows, so the opposing positive flows coming out of the yen went mainly into the pound at plus 108, next the dollar at plus 89, and the euro was the positive rock at plus 17. So intra-week then, so this is from Monday the 15th, beginning of the week, open to about 15 minutes ago. Again, we've got the yen operating as the unopposed negative driver at minus 385. No backdoor flows again. Most of the flows, opposing positive flows going into the pound at plus 252. Next into the dollar at plus 113, and the euro was the rock again, positive rock at plus 20. And that was an activity of plus or minus 385 for the week. Right, intraday then, so this is what's happened so far in the Asian session. So we've got a positive opposed driver in the yen at plus 64, a positive rock in the dollar at plus 27, front and backdoor flows then, mainly coming out of the pound at minus 50 and the euro at minus 41. Activity plus or minus 91. Right, what's going to knock this about then? Well, today we've got GBP CPI, US retail sales, CAD CPI, and the big one, we've got the Fed minutes early evening in the UK here. So that's what's going to box us in. Excuse me. Right, so if you notice, yesterday we had the yen was basically operating as the opposed negative driver, and so today we've got it operating as the unopposed negative driver, which normally means one of two things. It normally means it's the start of a big further drop in the yen, or it's a floor. We clearly think this is a floor in the yen, and the Asian flows would bear this out. So we've now got the yen positively driving at plus 64, and obviously the pound has got to come out of somewhere, and the pound's been pretty ramped, and so it's coming out of the pound. Right, so let's look what's happening in the wider market then. So let's just rub this off and look at the flows in terms of the 8 complexes, which links with our watch list video. This is the order we're doing them in, so we're trying to get some law and order to what we're doing. So we've got the euro complex made up of the 7 pairs, is weak at the moment, except against the NZD. In other words, the NZD is even weaker. We've got the yen. The yen is strong across the board. The pound weak. The pound is weak except against the NZD. The Swiss is mixed. The CAD. The CAD is strong except against the dollar and the yen. The AUD is mixed, and the NZD is weak across the board, and the dollar finally is strong except against the yen, which is even stronger. So you've got full yen strength, you've got full New Zealand complex weakness, and you've got relative swings in all the other complexes. So that's useful information. We've actually gone short the yen complex, so we're basically selling all the yen pairs to go. Sorry, we've gone long the yen complex, so we're selling all the yen pairs because we want to be buying the yen. Just to clarify, I managed to mess that up as usual. But so we're shorting the yen pairs to go long the yen complex. Right, got there in the end. What's been happening? So the dollar index. Right, the dollar index is basically mildly up. Gold. What's happening with gold? Gold's at a sort of is at a double bottom, so gold's not been having a nice time, basically because we've had a relatively strong dollar, but we've also had yields coming up in the US. So oil has been fully pumped and is now parked at the top. What else? Wall Street, the Dow, basically tech, Nasdaq, and the S&P. Those three have gone up, and they're now just sitting slightly below their highs. US 10-year. What have we got on that? We've got this sort of situation. Basically, the price of the US 10-years dropped, so yields have been stronger, and it's just popped up a little bit, so yields slightly coming off. But basically, the price has been dropping, so yields have been rising. And finally, copper. Copper is basically gone to the moon and is holding at the top, similar to oil. Right, so let's get rid of that and look at what's going to happen. Right, basically we've had massive outflows out of the yen, so the yen complex previous has been dropped off a cliff. Equities are primarily, I suppose, off the equity transmission, so equities have been really pumped. Yen's come down. The pound has been the main gainer of all this stuff, and that's what we're looking at. So generally, but so what we're doing is we're assuming that the market's going to take at least a breather coming into the Fed and this evening, and we're going to have to watch out around the Fed announcement. But basically, what we're doing is we're buying. So we're long the yen. So that's what we're doing. We're long the yen across the board. The seven pairs that make up the yen complex, and that to us seems to a reasonable place to be, given the scenario of what we've got here. We've got this indication that the yen is at a floor because it's the unopposed negative driver. We've got Asian session strength now. It's now positively driving, so the flows have started to reverse. So we're going to give it a go anyway. So I hope that was useful to you. Just as a quick side note, we're starting economics videos on basically running right the way through the whole economic process, sort of linked to the trading process as well. Obviously economics is linked with the fundamental data side of things, but and the economic calendar. So watch out for those. This is going to be like a fairly significant series of economics videos relating to trading and fundamental data. So I hope that was useful. See you tomorrow for the briefing. Thank you very much.